Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Restoration Rescue. So last week we came in and added a choke and we added some fuel. And not just into my face, we also put the fuel filter in, and we have now come within 293 days of C10 Nationals. So last week we found that we had a leak at our rear pinion seal. So that is what we're going to be taking care of today, along with some other things. We have a lot more priming and a lot more painting to do. So we are going to try and start getting prepped for primer, if not lay down a couple of coats on a couple parts. But first we need to get to the back of the truck, rip out that old pinion seal and put in a new one so we can start getting ready to prime. So as you can see on the floor, we have two big puddles. So the truck is a little bit more forward, so that small puddle is what we're dealing with today. And over time, the other puddle back there was what was going on as well. So what we need to do is we need to disconnect this drive shaft. So I need to get those 4 bolts out, move the drive shaft forward, remove the bolt, and replace the seal. So first things first, let's go get some wrenches and start getting off those bolts. All right, so the new seal is completely in. Now, we didn't get a lot of great footage of getting it out because it was a pain in the butt. Then it started leaking pretty quick, so I didn't get a lot of good footage of it going back in. We tossed it in, zapped that front end on, and one thing to remember is line everything up. We marked it. I don't know if you guys saw it on camera, but we did put a mark on the housing, the cap, and on the whole front so that everything lined up perfectly. Didn't want anything not aligned so this thing doesn't turn right. And everything is splined up perfectly. Everything is just together. So we didn't want anything off. So that's all together, and that's one more thing off the list. Now we still have a lot of things to do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to back the truck out, set up everything, and start cleaning out the garage so we can get to priming on some of the rear end parts. I wish I could get this door done and get it into primer, but there's a whole lot of stuff to do to get it ready. I have to take off the door handle, take off stuff inside, and just, mat it off and try and knock some of the dents and dings out still. That has some work to do. The other door has a little bit of work to do, especially on the inside. And we have some other things that need to be done. And we're probably going to have to repaint the entire interior as well. So we have a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead, back the truck out, and get to work. So all those panels are now primed with both coats. Now, the first couple passes didn't look that good until one of the parts of my gun decided to clean itself. Actually, I cleaned it, but we got it clean and then it started to blow correctly. And that's just because I didn't clean it before the shoot, which I should have. And I had cleaned it before we laid the clear on the cab. So now we have only a few more pieces left. We have these 3 cross members and the side panels left to prime. But that is going to be in next week's project. But in good news, came out just now to check that seal and it is dry. So we have a lot of things accomplished today, even though it doesn't seem that much. So those panels are ready to get scuffed up and ready for paint. These panels are next. So also we need to come and soon get this gas tank hooked up. Now, I have to do a little bit more research in how to get that set up with the tube. Now, I may have to take some things apart just to check it out before we jump in and start putting in fittings. So we have to also start measuring out where our gas filler tube is. I kind of want to have it come out here and sit right here so that it's behind the light of the fender. That will look really cool, a lot easier said than done though. But we have a lot of work coming up. We are down to 293 days left before C10 Nationals in 2025. So we need to get prepared. We need to start knocking out these days of hard work to get this thing ready for that show. Now, I'd love to have that one done, and I'd love to have a lot of projects done, but we have to keep working hard. But again, we've run out of time this week. We'll see you guys next Saturday when we continue working on the C10 and getting this panels primed and maybe even getting that gas tank set up. We'll see you next Saturday.